Good morning, Sanbonani, Dumelangi, Abshedi, Goeiemorgen. Sonke bonke bafethu. Good morning, Info-Share team. I hope you're great. I hope you've been great. I hope you survived coronavirus and you're still taking care of yourself. And for those who didn't make it, we're saying sorry to the family. We're sending our condolences. And to those who are still trying, still fighting the coronavirus, we're saying we are with you. We are with you at all times. You are in our prayers at all times. And for the guys that lost their job during the COVID-19, it's quite a sad moment, and I really want to say to you guys, it's not the end of the world. This is just a way that God did his things and actually wants to try and get the best out of you. You don't have to quit looking for that job. You have to continue looking for a job, or it's a high time that you start looking into yourself and really check what is it that actually it is your talent, what is it that you are brought into this world to do. Now I want to say this, I'm not a biblical person, but I listen to pastors, I listen to scriptures when on audio, especially Pastor Monroe and Pastor Joe. I listen to a variety of pastors, and we are in this situation, guys, together. And if you have lost your job and you have lost your earning, this is not the end of the world. Stand up and fight. Stand up and look for that other job. It's that time now. You need to analyze your community and see how best can you impact your community. So it's very important. I wanted to share this message with you to say all of us in this world, God created us for a purpose. It's time for you to find your purpose. Maybe that job that you have, that job that you lost, or if you're still a student, if you're still at home hustling, thinking, I want you to take a moment and sit down and really check, what is it that I do best? And when I do it, I become happy. I'm happy when I'm doing that particular activity. I'm telling you guys, most of us, we are sitting on top of millions of ideas, and those millions of ideas can turn into millions of rands. I've went through that journey because I had to stop, a little bit from the group and really, consult myself, because when you go into a certain situation, you tend to stop doing a lot of things and really now try to find help, So I've been in that process and I have recovered. I'm back. I'm fired up, and that's why I've created a company called TM Joy Travel, because traveling, it's something that when I do, I feel happy. I created another page which soon will be a company, which is called Caption with Mzwandile. You can follow it on Instagram and also on Facebook. So I'm also here, because I'm the kind of a person that whenever I have something, I want to share with the world. That is the kind of things that I love to do, and I realize that. And you can imagine taking so long to realize what you do best and when you do it, you enjoy it. So I'm challenging you today to do something that you love, do something that you enjoy. And it might not pay now, but I'm telling you, in future, people will pay you to perform that particular activity or that particular skill. Let me give you an example. People who created cars, your BMW, Benz, it was an idea from someone who sat down and keep on drafting these cars, how they will work, how they will function, and today those people are billionaires, the likes of BMW, the likes of Toyota. There's your Toyota, there's your Ford. These things didn't build itself. There was someone who started the idea. And most of the time as people, we want to take shortcuts. We don't want to go through the process because we want to prosper immediately. Whatever we touch, it must turn into gold. That's not how things work. That's not how the world works. The world is a transaction. Life is transaction. You need people to like your idea, and people will pay for your idea. Look at how we buy music that is produced by the artists. We dance to Mapiano, we dance to house music, we dance to R&B. That is craft. That is craft that was crafted by someone who sat down and took a pen and a paper and wrote those songs, and today we dance to them. I'm using a cell phone and a headset, which someone came up with those ideas in that garage, in that mukuku, in that area, whatever place the person would be. Someone created these clothes that I loved and then bought it. It's an idea that I bought from someone. So it's high time that even the young ones at school, when you fail at school, it doesn't mean you're a failure. If you fail in tertiary, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It's just you don't meet the standard of that particular system. That shouldn't determine your capability. You failing, it means you should try even more, you should try even harder. If you continue to fail, it means that's not your area. I wish people can understand that. That's not what you love, that's not what you're doing. Because if you're doing something that you love and you fail the first time, you will stand up and fight again until you get it right. The buildings that are behind me, the architect that designed these buildings behind me didn't get it right the first time. Hence, they had to go through education. They had to go through a process. So I'm challenging you guys. We're in a COVID situation. I understand. Most of you guys, especially 2 million lost their jobs. And you can understand the frustration, the family, And I'm challenging you guys, those who are employed, those who are still studying, those who are still at school. Find your purpose. You are here in this world to contribute in whatever way. You are here in this world to contribute. And it's high time that you find your contribution. Find that contribution. Even if it's to entertain us and dance, that is your contribution. You make us laugh, you entertain us, and we'll pay for you to do that. Hence your Casper, your Vest, your Jay-Z, your Lil Wayne, you understand? Their art took them throughout the whole world. That is their gift. That God said, go out there and sing for the people. Your Beyonce, your Busisiwe, your Moonchild. You understand? There are people whose gifts is to fix the cars. God gave them that gift, and they ensure that our cars are well and healthy for the road. It's high time you find your purpose. Most people I know, they are not happy with their jobs. The colleagues that I work with, even though sometimes you could tell that they're not happy. But what is it that are you doing about that? Because you're not happy. You're not happy at work. You don't love what you do. Find your purpose. Find your purpose. And your purpose, it's something that you are brought into this world for. And then what you do, you check. What is it that when I do, I'm prospering? I'm number one. People applaud me for. Let me give you an example. There are people that we know when we need photos, we contact to come and take us photos. Sometimes you have a friend that knows how to bake, and that you go to that person to bake a cake. Those people, that is their contribution. Those who are doing our traditional dresses, you see, there's quite a lot of things that one can do and people appreciate. What is important, don't focus on the money. Leave the money. The money will come. Money will come, but push your idea to a level where people can help it themselves. They are willing to pay the price. Push your price to that level where people are willing to pay the price. It's very important. Very important. If the person who created Nike, which I'm wearing today, this one, if this person didn't push his idea to such an extent that it has value to people, and wouldn't have Nike, wouldn't have bought Nike, because it's valuable, helps me to run, helps me to walk, helps me to do this, do what I'm doing. So your idea must have value. It must carry value into people's life. It must change people's life. Like another example, a car. We need a car to take us from point A to point B. That's value. We buy value. I don't talk about brands, I'm talking about car. Because we want to get to a particular destination at a particular time and on time, faster. And it's only a car that can do that. If it's far away, a jet, airplane, helicopter can do that. And those things are crafted by people who had the idea. So I want to say to you guys, I'm challenging you today to start going through that process. I went through that process. I stopped doing a lot of things since COVID-19 and really tried to find myself. Hence, I started a traveling agent, because that's what I do. That's what I love doing. And I'm happy that the clients that I managed to assist, the clients that I gave my personal professional photographing skills, they're happy with my photos. They see value in that, and they were willing to pay a price. They were willing to pay a price for that. You see, when I help people to get to a particular vacation or a leisure time, and I do things the way I do things, people applaud. They're happy with my work. So I'm giving you value to people that see it that they have to compensate me for doing that. This is what I'm pleading with you. Sit down and start Googling in your mind, not on Google, on your mind. Google your mind. Get some time alone and really think, what is your purpose in this world? You see, your poverty is not the problem here. Let's get that straight. Poverty is not your problem. Poverty is a situation for now. I know poverty. I'm still in poverty. You understand? And we have to fight poverty because it's just a situation. It's like a season. I view poverty as a season. It changes over time. If you work on yourself, you go to school, you do whatever that you do, you work hard on your business, you do what it takes, you help people, you give